Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to bring to you a fun video. I'm bringing to you the Disney tag. Something about me, I am a big Disney fan. I have been a Disney lover my entire life. My husband is a Disney fanatic. We got married at Disney World. We live less than 40 minutes away from Disney World. There's Disney all over our house. So, long story kept short, we are really big Disney people. I came across the Disney tag by a girl who subscribed to me actually. When she subscribed, she left a comment, a really sweet comment, and I decided to go check out her channel. I subscribed her back and I watched a couple of her videos, and one of her videos was the Disney tag, and she completed it in March right before the Beauty and the Beast movie came out. And in her video, she challenged everyone who had watched it, if they felt like taking on the Disney tag, to make a video of it. So that's what I'm doing. The girl who subscribed me, her name is Erin Brodman. Her channel is awesome. I really love her videos. She seems to be much of a Disney freak as I am, and I love it. If you are interested in catching her Disney tag, I will leave a card up here in the corner with a link to her video, and I will leave a link to her channel in the description box below if you'd like to check out her channel and subscribe. So Erin, this tag is for you. I hope you enjoy. Everyone else, if you are interested in seeing the answers to the Disney tag, then just keep watching. Okay, so I have the questions right in front of me. I wrote these questions off of Erin's video a few days ago, and I walked away from the piece of paper. So I don't even remember all the questions on here. I really can't recall what they are. There's a handful of them from what I remember. I didn't want to look over them ahead of time because I wanted my answers to kind of be first answers that I think of on camera. So without further ado, let's get to it. First question is, what is a scene in any Disney movie you wish you could experience? That's a really good question. I like a lot of Disney movies, obviously, being the Disney fan that I am, but I think the scene that I would like to experience, or one of them that I like to experience, the one that's coming to mind, I want to be in Cinderella, the moment that she enters the grand ball, coming down the stairs, and you know, her and the prince do their first dance and all eyes are on them. I don't know, I feel like that would be such a cool moment to experience, and being all dolled up, and she's gorgeous and she's so pretty in that movie. And I don't know, that's the first scene that's coming to mind. A second would be a very similar scene, the ballroom scene in Beauty and the Beast. But I'm gonna stick with my first answer, and I want the ballroom scene in Cinderella to be a movie that I experience. Second question, what is an unforgettable moment or experience you've had at the parks? Okay, so as I said a little bit earlier, I currently live about 35 minutes away from the Disney parks here in Florida. So my husband and I get to go fairly often, which is really cool. So we make a lot of unforgettable memories at the parks. But the first one that stands out greater than any of them was when I got proposed to at Cinderella's castle. I got engaged June 2nd, 2012 in front of Cinderella's castle at Magic Kingdom, right by the partner statue. The partner statue is the statue of Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse in front of the castle. My husband had planned an elaborate proposal. He got a ton of our friends involved. Side note, at this time we were not living in Orlando. We were still living up north in the DC area. So we were in Florida on a mini getaway vacation, like over a 4 or 5 day weekend. And he had brought some of our friends from Virginia down with us. We had a bunch of friends in Orlando. My husband used to live here, and he orchestrated this surprise proposal, and it was so awesome. He had his friends march down Main Street and singing songs, and they had like packets of confetti on them from when I said yes, and everybody formed a circle around me once he got there, and he was dressed in a tux jacket and a top hat, if I remember correctly. Maybe not the top hat. I'll actually add some photos from the proposal in the video so you get an idea. It was really hot out this day. I think it was easily 90 degrees since it was the first weekend in June in Florida. So God bless him for actually putting on a tux jacket, but he wanted to be fancy. He said a lot of really sweet things, and he dropped to one knee and proposed in front of a bunch of our friends and in our most favorite place. And I couldn't, the obvious answer is yes, and it was one of the most unforgettable moments of my life. Very special. That's probably one of the most unforgettable moments. I have a few others too, but to keep this video from not being terribly long, that I will say is my most favorite moment, was getting proposed to at Cinderella's castle. What non-Disney song reminds you or brings back memories of Disney or the parks? The answer for this is going to be Come What May from Moulin Rouge. And the reason why that I picked that song, it is because it is the song my husband and I danced to for our first dance at our wedding. And I mentioned earlier in the video, my husband and I actually got married at Walt Disney World, and our wedding ceremony was at the wedding pavilion at the Grand Floridian, and our reception was at the Atlantic Dance Hall down on the boardwalk. So since that was the first song that we danced to at our wedding, we actually went and took dance classes and got dance lessons, and we got this song choreographed, and we worked really hard for a few months to make it perfect. And that is totally a non-Disney song, but it will always bring me back to Walt Disney World because that's what we danced to at our wedding. So that's really special for me. When is the first time you went to visit a Disney park? So the first time that I went to a Disney park, I believe I was about 2. I have no recollection of it. It's just from my mother telling me that she brought me as a kid. I also went at the age of 8 with my parents and my little sister on a family vacation for spring break when I was in elementary school. The only things that I really remember from that trip very well, we did a part Disney, part Universal Studios trip. So the Disney parts of the trip that I remember going to eat at Chef Mickey's, and I remember going on the Tower of Terror like 20 times before the line got busy. And to this day, the Tower of Terror is my most favorite ride at Walt Disney World. After childhood, my first trip was at the age of 23 back in 2011. My now husband took me for a week, and we did Disney hard. And once I was there, it's not hard to understand why you fall in love with Disney. And we've been going back a few times a year ever since, until last April when we took the plunge to Florida, and now we're there almost every weekend. Not all day every weekend, but we're there enough. If you could choose any Disney character to be your best friend, who would you choose? I think I would choose Rapunzel. She's spunky, she is carefree, she's a little naive because she hasn't left the tower, and she just has such a dreamer's view of the world, in my opinion. She just wants to get out and see everything, and she's tough, and I feel like that would be such a good quality in a best friend, so I'm gonna say Rapunzel. Who is your favorite Disney villain? I'll have the ears give this one away. It's Maleficent. I don't know why she's my favorite villain, but I just love her as a villain. She's crazy in my opinion. I don't know why, but I'm gonna say that Maleficent is my favorite Disney villain. Next question. What is your least favorite Disney movie? That's a really tough question. I don't know if I have a least favorite, but I know I have movies that they aren't as much favorites as they are other ones. So I'm just gonna go off the first movie that comes off to my head. I'm gonna say The Princess and the Frog. It is not my least favorite Disney movie by any stretch of the imagination. It's just not one of my favorites. I love the character of Tiana. I think she's magnificent. It's just not my favorite Disney movie. So I don't really have a least favorite Disney movie. It's just, or one that I dislike. It's just not my most favorite. So that's how I'm gonna answer that. What Disney character has your personality or has your dream personality? I'm gonna say that I think I relate the most to Belle. I was drawn to her as a little kid. I grew up pretty much being a bookworm and an outcast from the rest of the students that I grew up with. So I pretty much identified with, you know, she was a loner where she was. She's really smart. She loved to read. But Belle's also a dreamer, and she's compassionate, and she's kind, and she makes the best of her situation, even though she longs for more in her life. And that's something that, you know, it really resonated with me as a kid, and it resonates now. So for that question, I'm going to say Belle. If you could change any scene in a Disney movie, what would it be and why? I know that changing this scene would drastically change the outcome of the movie, but the first scene that comes to mind when I read this question is I want to change the scene in The Lion King where Mufasa dies. It is a tragic, heartbreaking scene. It still gets to me now as an adult the same way as it got to me as a kid. Like I said, I know that will drastically change the outcome of the movie itself, but that's probably, if I had to change something, it would be that one, because that scene just gets me every time. And the last question, if you had to get stuck on any Disney ride at any Disney park for more than 30 minutes, what would it be? So, as much as the Tower of Terror is my most favorite ride at Walt Disney World, I don't think I'd want to be stuck on it for more than 30 minutes. I think that would start to scare me a little bit. I'm going to pick one of the dark rides. I think that I would want to be stuck on Under the Sea with the Little Mermaid at Magic Kingdom for more than 30 minutes. I love The Little Mermaid as a story. The ride is so beautifully done. More specifically, I would love to be stuck in the Under the Sea room on that ride because it's just fun. You can just dance and it makes you happy. So yeah, I guess I would say that's where I would like to be stuck if I needed to be stuck on any ride. Oh, I actually skipped a question. What is your favorite Disney song? I actually got asked this question a couple weeks ago and I really couldn't come up with a good answer for it. So I'm gonna say, for a fun, upbeat song, The Bare Necessities is a favorite song. And as a more heartfelt song, I'm gonna say Tale as Old as Time from Beauty and the Beast. That is a song that the right moment can make me cry, and it just comes from one of my all-time favorite Disney movies. So I would say, like I said before, from a light and airy perspective, I would say The Bare Necessities, and then from a heartfelt perspective, I would say Tale as Old as Time. Okay, so that's the Disney tag. I hope you enjoyed. I challenge any of you viewers who would like to take this on for yourself. Let me see your answers to this. If you decide to do this, let me know in the comments below. I will be the first to come watch your video. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already, feel free to hit the subscribe button below. With that, I will see you in my next video. See you real soon.